not starting to bring in same problems in youths, yet we have already huge problems. Tell us about those problems. Instead of bringing a solution, they are turning to be much problems. Well, that's Gregory. Kela Meshak Teddy. I'm not a musician. I'm not a musician nor a content creator, just an ordinary citizen. That finance bill should favor all ground from the education sector to the rest. That's Kela Meshak Teddy. Adesh. Finance bill has negative impact on Gen Z because, for instance, hapo kwa kuweka fee kwa wasanii ni discourage them to grow and enhance their skills and talent. Well, I see most of them nodding while we're reading that sentiment from Adesh. And I have trailblazers right in my panel today. Let's begin with you, MC Tricky. You are a content creator. You're not new in the show. But tell me, what drove you into content creation? Was it economic issues or driven by passion? Then you tell us the state of it. Economy inakufavor.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. Personally, I was driven into this space by passion. Bearing the fact that for very many years, creative industry has been seen as a subsidiary, kind of hustle or else profession, I would say. And that is the reason as to why we are here discussing all these things, because most of the times, these policymakers and everybody, stakeholders, most of them who are not here or else who are not in this space, they tend to view this kind of creative industry as if it's a by the way something. So that's why hata wakileta anything that they want to introduce or do that, they don't do it really having something that is progressive for the industry. Let me begin by asking a question because of what we are discussing today. If you look at the finance bill, specifically on matters, the creative industry and all the taxes that have been broadened, you ask yourself a question. Are these proposals being introduced to grow the industry, or they are being proposed just to accumulate or else harness more taxes?
To bring the content creators into the tax bracket.
Yes.
But they have been paying
that
this.
Is the question.
But well, let's get Nosem's sentiment as well when it comes to this. From your personal perspective, do you think policies are really in place to ensure that content creators really thrive in this industry? Ama mmechukuliwa tu ni kama ni ka hustle, ka side hustle too?
I'm low-key feeling like hata wangetu recognize ndo wangetumaliza kabisa, because I am seeing that people who are employed, people who work in the banks, people who work in the medical spaces, people who work in schools, they are getting taxed to death, bro. Like imagine sasa wakianza kurecognize content creation. You would just imagine. Na venye wana assumingi unajua juu wewe ni influencer, you must have a lot of money. Sir, give us a break. Yeah, so I genuinely, and apart from that, I genuinely don't think that it is helping us, considering we are growing. We are just trying to grow our roots. Hata hatujatoa hivi maua, tumeshaanza hapo tu kwa ground, wanatukata tu shingo.
They should give you some time at least to ensure that these business
and they also launched a few things to help the creator space in 2024, in the bill for 2024, the one that we were rejecting. Then to come find out, they passed things during that space after we rejected the bill. Wakapass zile vitu walikuwa wanaona wao wanataka zikuwe hapo. But then again, when what we wanted zenye inaweza saidia creator kama mimi, they didn't pass those ones, meaning they were just putting them there for the looks of it, you know, to save face. So honestly, I don't think they're fighting for anyone, these people, apart from themselves.
Thank you so much. Kagina, on your end, what do you have for us?
Well, indeed, I also have an interesting panel over this side, and it would be interesting to hear if they are in the space for lack of employment or out of passion. Starting with Sadia Said, an international model, by the way. She's done for brands like Adidas, and it would be interesting to know what drove you in that direction.
Honestly, when I was starting, I didn't even know that content creation would be a job until I started making.
Okay, hold the mic closer so we can hear.
I didn't know that content creation would be a job until I started making money, and for the longest, my rent has been paid with my gigs. And so now that I've traveled to different countries and I've collaborated with different creators, and I wish we had the structured support in Kenya, the funding that people have out there, because honestly, we have so much talent compared to people out there. I just see, like, as a creator from Kenya, if I travel to America and I saw how they do their videos. It's just basic skills, whereas I see how creative people are here in Kenya. Some don't have Wi-Fi, some don't have smartphones. We have so many aspiring content creators who don't have like even bundles to upload, you know. So if we just, and then now they're trying to tax us, it's not even making sense. Like, is that tax money going to build like a nice studio for content creators, or where is the money gonna go to? I don't know.
All right, it would be interesting. You can pass the microphone to Sabari. Sabari, even as you tell us what you do, it would be interesting to note, are you looking at doing this long term until retirement?
But of course, we're in it to win it. As an actor, a model, and as I said earlier, a journalism student, I am like made for this. I was designed to work in the digital space. And me seeing my government just trying to feed on the work of people who are like seriously putting in hours to create content, I feel really, really disturbed and saddened by it. And so apart from that, one thing that I really like to notice ni what is being done here exactly. So last year we had the same kind of swindle, push and pull. Kitu walikuwa na aim towards tulikuwa tunajua. Now this time they're coming in with a new bill. Communications Authority is being used, purportedly being used, because the end game, the end product of all this is to silence the content creators. Not just content creators, anyone who is in the digital space trying to give people active information. So they want to target the citizen journalists, because other people are just going to be shooting content on their own. No one is paying them. They aren't even accredited journalists. Yet the content creation bill that is being imposed will now affect them directly. And now the other question was, how is the metered billing system being related to ISPs? It's not even making sense, starting with that. Metered billing systems. We have billing systems already. Kenya has never had a problem of collecting salaries or maybe just collecting revenue. We don't need new billing systems. And the end goal, ndio bado hatujajua vizuri, you want to track how much data I'm using, how much time I'm on the internet. So you want to get our screen time. After getting our screen time, then you combine it with our water bills. What is next? What is next? So apart from just data breaching or breaching data privacy, there's an ulterior motive. And to it, people should really look into it. Because now imagine, fast forward 10 years from now, they pass the bill. You're a content creator. You create content that is against the government. And they're all like, this nigga should not be getting water anymore. Now they shut off your water because they'll be having that power. Let's look at what you're trying to give these people as power, by the way.
All right.
So now it looks like a game, but let's really look into it.
All right. And I believe this conversation is a question of whether it's filling the gaps in regulation or over-regulation. What do you think? Can start with your name.
My name is Karanja Ongoi, and I'm a filmmaker and a content creator. To begin with, I think that whatever the government is doing is what we call information control. For those people who criticize the government, it will be now easier to track you down, and they do whatever they want to do with you. I cannot mention whatever is done, but everyone knows it's in the public domain. The other thing is, and I thank that we are on Kameme TV, I say, if you want to milk your cow, go get a kokamango. Please, feed it first. Yeah, so kwanza ifeeding ng'ombe ndio ikamue. Because I don't think that there are enough platforms, enabling platforms to give power to the content creators so that you may be able to tax them. Because I think we are all there trying to find our way into that content creation, and as soon as tumeingia hata kabla uonje hiyo shilingi ya kwanza unataka kukataksiwa, because the government is trying to milk us to the last drop. Jambo la mwisho nauliza, if you have a production company, you bought maybe the cameras, the equipment with your own money, which you saved from money that you were already taxed, and now they want to also tax the equipment that you bought with the money that already taxed, and already the equipment was also taxed. What are we going
And
through?
then they tax the content that
They
you
tax the
produce with the
content.
equipment.
And the consumer.
All right, maybe passing on to Peter Saisi. We've heard the government speak profoundly of how they're supportive of the creative economy. As a serious director, are you feeling this from where you sit?
Serious director, you say. My name is Saisi. The director of El Voyage Inc. Productions. I agree with Karanja. Feed the cow first. I feel like the focus of our government is in taking and taking and taking. Reminds me of King Solomon, and not in the good way. In that one of his failures was overtaxing. You cannot tax a people into economic prosperity. And I feel like that's what we are trying to do here. And again, as one of us said, it has never been an issue of collection. If it has been an issue of collection, I mean, if you look at the numbers, we have always collected quite a significant chunk. But the problem becomes, what is the accountability? How is it spent? Now they want to tax the creatives, the content creators. You want to tax them punitively, yet you have done literally nothing to enable them, to support them. I mean, it's not even an industry, it's a sector. It's still, we are still trying to find our feet. And I feel like the government is behaving as someone who, they just want to take and take and take. Even the ones you've hidden away for a rainy day, they want to take that as well. But the problem is they are taking and not replicating, they are taking and not putting in structures that will enable us to even be more productive.
Saisi, not to accuse you, but you are a beneficiary of the Kenya National Theatre.
Define beneficiary.
Uh-huh.
Define beneficiary. Define beneficiary because
Have you found
benefited?
space to work there? Is it free of charge? Do you have to pay?
I
As a
have-
creative, are you
all
supported
right.
there?
Now, my experience with the National Theatre is that, first of all, not free. Before there's a BC and before Corona and after Corona. Now, before Corona, it was really difficult to get space. The charges were a bit high. After Corona, they gave us a bit of a relief, so they sort of reduced the cost, but still, it is quite hefty. So you are getting the space not for free. You're paying quite a chunk. So if you're already paying quite a chunk, and everything else you're doing by yourself because it is a sector, not an industry. So you're being resourceful in your marketing. You're being resourceful in everything that you're trying to do to at least fill the space and make something from whatever you've. But then again, after wametoa chunk yao, manze, hakuna chunk tena. Hakuna chunk tena.
Linda.
Well, this is an interesting conversation, but I want to get your views, Kiragu, as well. You have a huge platform in the social media. What do you make of this discussion today? Because I know you've just gotten into this platform. You have a huge following. Do you even earn from it? Because the government is already targeting you.
Thank you so much. My name is Kiragu. And first of all, I'll just like to say that we are the ones who started this. It is my job. The government was nowhere to be seen when we started content creation.
Yes.
And just like they have said, it's like milking a calf. It's like coming to say, this is my child of whom you never even gave birth to. So finding this very, very, very nini, because the government is lacking strategy.
Yeah.
If they could have a way to know that this creator
Yeah.
earns this amount of money, because I'm going to tell you for sure, personally speaking, I don't get gigs every day.
Yeah.
Napatanga gig moja, one maybe in a month.
And it's because of your hard work in
My
your
hard
digital
work.
space.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And now when you translate that to someone who is under a payroll, you know, they go to work for 365 days.
Yes.
They're getting paid.
Yeah.
But mimi hapa niko na gig moja. Maybe sitaweza kulipa nyumba, or maybe I will not be able to take care of myself.
Yeah.
So they should actually try and consider, will this work, or do they have a way to know that this one can be able to pay your tax wanataka alipe?
Yeah, structures should be put in place. Thank you so much, Kiragu. Perhaps I can get your views as well. He's talked about collection is not a problem. Accountability is the issue. To you, do you see these as a problem as well?
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Morel. I am a recording and performing artist, and I'm also a corporate photographer and content creator. I before I jump on to what Kirago just mentioned, something Karanja and Siasi mentioned earlier, like what they are doing with us with taxes is like milking a cow that you haven't fed. I think that is too kind. For me, I look at it as ni kama una expect mayai na unafuga jogo. Because literally speaking, Kirago has mentioned it well. When content creation started, the government was nowhere to be seen. Now, they are only here to be seen because they want taxes, because they think that we create money out of content. But look at the way they're speaking, the content creators. Gig, you see? Content creation should be, I believe content creation should be handled in such a way that haungoji kuitiwa gig na Betika juu kona following kubwa ndo umake do. Haungoji kuitiwa sijui gig ya kuadvertise nini ndo umake do. You already have a huge following. That should be enough to give you money on a constant. Monthly unafaa kuwa unajua na Getido because I have 100,000 subscribers from this and this and this.
But I'm just curious, how long should the government wait?
The government should
just out of curiosity. Hey, Tricky, relax, relax. You will tell us.
I believe the government should take a long, hard look at itself and see what it has done to make sure that these platforms benefit the people who have worked so hard to make these platforms such a big deal before they start taxing us.
Okay. Yeah. Before I come to you, let me just give it to Tricky. You said how long? How long should the government?
I won't take long. I just want to reinforce his point. You know, I sit between the pre-digital space. Sisi ni wale wa kitambo. Tulianza bila hizi digital.
Yes. Pre and during.
This cow has been there.
The calf has been there.
Wacha tuite cow, calf has been there. Hawajaiona sahi. It has been ignored for all this time. Msione kama imeignorewa sahi. I've been there. This is my 9th year in this space ya ku create content and be an artist in the creative industry. But I will tell you for free. That explains even today in this kind of conversation how taona any representative wa government wa hii space akiwa kwa hii conversation. Why? They don't even know what is happening. Some of them don't even know what the finance bill is talking about, our industry. Umenielewa? They don't even care. So he is talking about structures. The structures, let me tell you for free, they are there. Those guys eat money. They get salaries. But they do nothing to help the industry.
But can I throw you into depends, because you've been here 9 years. How long should do you think content creators will take before they get comfortable and they say, now government, let's talk, let's have this conversation on the table. How much do you want? This is what I can give.
You are asking about the content creator, how long or the government?
Yes. How long should the government wait, and how long will it take content creators to be in a space whereby the industry is built enough
I think
to pay
the government
taxes?
should have acted as early as yesterday. Let me give you an example. If you look at Kenya, we are not monetized like other countries. Guys get money through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those, by just having followers and just posting your content there. What happened to the government promise about monetization? And we were told that tumeongea na mzungu, sijui tumesaini na yeye.
Ilikuwa manifesto yake tuandike yetu sasa.
Kuna juzi alirudi akasema kuanzia sijui June kila mtu ataanza kupokea. What happened to that? They have not even honored that. But they are coming now to tax. They have not even honored on something that they promised. On they brought like
absolutely. I love how you've argued this out. Perhaps I can just introduce yourself, and also what do you make of this conversation today?
Okay, thank you. So my name is Akula Derek Ndoli. I'm a filmmaker and a creative artist. So what I want to say is that since I'm a filmmaker, so I've done like a number of films, but they've never made it to the cinemas, because we only have 14 cinemas in Kenya, and only 11 are in Nairobi. The other one are in Mombasa and Kisumu and Nakuru. So we find that it's very difficult for someone who is started like a young filmmaker to take their film to cinemas, because they are very expensive. Some of them are privately owned. So the only option you remain with is posting your content on social media. Then you find that the moment you escape route yako ya social media, the government is still coming to tax the film. So another thing is that the government went for benchmarking in Tyler Perry studio. I saw that the president was.
They went to Tyler Perry,
So,
by the way.
As for me, when I watched that, I was a bit proud because I knew that when they're going to come back, they're going to come back with a big change. They're going to change because if you see like just in Atlanta, there are more than 60 cinemas in only Atlanta region. So if you find that walienda huko na wakarudi and they're still sitting, so I don't know the reason why they spent money going there and coming back and still imposing tax and what they're support. Filmmakers like ukienda KFCB, you have to pay. There are a lot of fees. The license you shoot film, you have to pay 12,000 for the license. Then you also have to pay 1,000 per day for shooting the film. You find that this thing is going to be costly, and even if you're going to hire equipment from somebody, because now they are putting with a tax for the equipment. So it's difficult for somebody to find. Ukienda kuhire equipment is going to be very expensive because somebody anakwambia I'm importing equipment, but tax imeongezeka. So the amount you're hiring equipment, ukona hire equipment mara kwanza itakuwa imeongezeka because a day you have to spend 1,000 shillings for the.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, and ukiangalia government, there's nothing wamefanya to improve anything. And if you see there are people in the government, the people that we used to look up to, they are content creators like us. Right now they're sitting in the government. They have a say, but those people just. Unashanga these people kwani wakati walifika government walisahau they were once creators, unaona. They don't mind people wenye pia walitoka. They forget that even this content in something that ili built hadi penye wako.
Thank you so much. Kagina, on your side, what's happening?
All right, and when we talk about this cow that has been there and they're attempting to milk, well, there are people like not to accuse her.
Yes.
Sadia side right here, who's had the cow and she's milk from it.
Yes.
And I'm curious, do you feel supported by the government? Has the government fed your cow?
Honestly, when I started,
put the mic closer.
Honestly, when I started, the kind of content creation I was doing was not for the Kenyan or African audience. It was a Chinese audience, and that's where I was getting paid a lot until I transitioned to the Kenyan audience. And ever since then, I would say that the pay is not even close to what I used to get paid, and the gigs are not constant. Like I don't think I've done any gig this year from any Kenyan brand. So I even transitioned into a corporate job. I worked in a tech startup for like one year, and now I have my own business. So it's a bit discouraging. And I tried one last time when I went to America, and I tried to start doing more content, and it was very discouraging because I used to see like how much they used to get paid. Like for one video, they get paid for the amount of followers they have, they get paid from $3,000 to $5,000. Whereas here in Kenya, for that same video, you get paid from $40,000 to maybe $80,000 for a good brand, which is very, very discouraging.
Yeah. So there's no favorable playing field for content creators in the country.
Honestly, I don't even know how some of you guys are paying rent out there.
So this is slowly turning from a situation where someone with a side hustle is starting a main hustle to support the side hustle. Well, indeed, we are going for this commercial break, but we'll be back. Don't stay far.
People Daily, Kenya's trusted newspaper, is making history as the first daily to go fully digital. By transitioning from print to the PD News app, we are delivering the same exceptional journalism you've relied on for years in a completely new way to experience it. It's news for today and the future. No paper, no waste. Just real-time updates and customizable stories. This is a leap towards innovation, sustainability, and a better experience for you, our reader. Download the PD app now on Play Store and App Store.